Okay, so for this step, what you're going to do is create a new page. So I'm going to move my little person over here. When you log on to your Google site, this is pretty much what it'll look like, other than your name is different and perhaps you've changed the banner here, which is great. But right now we're looking at a one-page website. And by the end of the term, this is going to be a many-page website. Today's assignment is for you to create essentially an about us page, but this will be a project overview page. So you'll notice over here on the right-hand side, I have some toggle menus. I have the insert menu, which will help me put elements onto each of our pages, a page menu, and then themes. And I can quickly change these themes over here. I believe we looked at this last time. I can import themes. You can get real funky here. But for right now, I'm just going to leave the theme as it is. And I'm going to toggle back to pages. If you scroll down to the bottom of this menu, you'll notice that another menu pops up when I scroll over this little plus sign. So I have some options here. And the option I'm going to select is to create a new page. So I'm going to go ahead and call this page Project Overview. Now, if I click this advanced button, it will allow me to create a custom path. And so a custom path will change your URL to whatever you want it to be. And so down here, I'm going to write overview. And you could do the same if you like. You don't need to put this in there in order for this to be done. Now you'll notice that I've created another pretty bland page here. I can toggle between my pages, so my home page and my project overview page just by clicking on either one of these. The home page has this little home icon, and what that means is that anytime I click on the logo of the page, so we know that as a convention in web travel, if I click what that logo is on the upper left-hand portion of a site, it's always going to bring me to home. And that's what that indicates there. I can actually change the order of these pages, but we're not going to do that. So I'm on my project overview page, but again, it looks exactly the same as my home page, and we don't want it to. So I'm just going to quickly change my page by selecting one of these cool images up here. And you can certainly go out onto the web to select some images. You can create an image, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. But for right now, I'm just going to select this one. It's pretty generic, but it'll do enough in terms of letting me know that I'm on a different page. And so here I am on my home page and now project overview page. Boy, it looks different, and I haven't really changed very much on it. So I also want to add some content, and this is where our web page is going to look, our website is going to look a lot more verbose. I don't know. It's going to have more to it than just a couple of clicks here and there. So when I come back to my toggle menu, which is clearly the kind of engine of creating sites on Google Sites, I have some options here. So I can add a text box in just by clicking it, and then I can start typing. And that's pretty bland, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and remove it. I can add an image in here, so I can upload an image or I can select one. If I select an image, it's going to pop up these images that I've already got in my Google Drive. I can link to a particular image. I can go to Google Images and search for something. So let's say I search for a cat, and I've got all these cat options here. And I also can connect to my Google Photos. But for right now, I'm not going to put an image in here. I'm just showing you how that works. This embedding option is to actually embed a frame of something else into my website. And so I know that you've seen this because you probably looked on a blog and it said something about a tweet and it had the tweet there or the TikTok right in the page. Well, that's embedding. I'm taking a component of another website and I'm putting it into mine. And so for right now, we won't be using embedding, but that's what that option is there. I can also select this drive option, and I can collect a file from my Google Drive and add it to my site, which I don't have anything on Google Drive that I want in my site now. If I scroll down here, I also have a lot more options. I can add a YouTube video. I can add my social links in here. This again, these are links to my Google Drive documents. I could put a calendar in here. So for a free tool that's out there, I have actually a lot of different opportunities to create some cool content. But for the sake of right now, I'm just looking for you guys to create a basic page. You can certainly make this page more than it is right now. But for the sake of this assignment, I'd just like you to get in here and create a new page. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and select this content block. Easy peasy, there's an image I can add here, and then I can change this text. So let's say, for instance, that my organization is the Chautauqua County Humane Society. So I'm going to, this semester, work with the Humane Society to build some PR, a PR campaign for them, and research them, and so on and so forth. So you've already selected who you are going to do, and your company is going to be different from mine, but that's just, I'll just use this as an example. So to add an image in here, I can upload an image. I can select an image from Drive. I can add this YouTube, these other kind of funky things here. I can add a YouTube video, calendar, or map. So let's say, for instance, I want to go out to the Humane Society's page. This is their main page, and grab an image from them. So I'm going to go to this adoptable animals page, and I like this little kitty here. If I right click on that, I can open this image in a new tab, and you're going to notice something right when I click on the new tab. That photo is a lot bigger. So I always suggest to my students, when you're grabbing an image on a site online, always right click on it and see if you can open that image in a new window, because usually you're going to get a bigger image. And so why do we want a bigger image? Well, if we take a really small image and we try to blow it up on our site, so let's say we take a compressed image or a thumbnail and we try to blow it up, it's going to get pixelated, and that's not very professional. So just taking this one extra step will help our images look great, nice, clean, and sharp. So I'm going to go ahead and save this image, and I've already done this. So you'll see I've named it Humane Cat. So I'm going to go and close that, go back over to my page, say upload. And that's a different one. I'm going to go to my documents, my PR portfolio images. I created that folder. You can create your own folder too for your images for your website. And then I'm going to go ahead and upload that. Now, an important note is that that's not my image. It's good practice to get into the habit of citing our sources. So I'm going to create a link here that says image source. And rather than go to the direct source of the image, I'm going to go to the page where the content about that image was. You can do either. You can make a direct link to the actual image itself. But for the sake of this project, I'm going to go to one of the actual content pages of the Humane Society, because I think that gives the user a better idea of where this content is coming from. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that right into there and give myself a little space. So I can put that in there, and I know I've done my due diligence, and people can find the image and they know it's not mine. Seems a little funny, but you really can't go around taking other people's work and claiming it as your own. What if your Aunt Tilly was the one who took that picture and she had a deal with the Humane Society that they can have that up for some exchange of goods? Now we've taken Aunt Tilly's photo and we've put it on another website. For the sake of this class, this is an academic pursuit. You're not selling this webpage to anybody. This is just you doing some studying. So it's okay. It's okay to use an image from a site out there. But if you were creating something that you were selling, you were proposing a project to a client and you utilize somebody else's image without their permission, you could get in trouble for that. You could get fined. So it's always a good idea to cite your sources. Now, I can eliminate that problem by, rather than taking an image from the Humane Society, go and create my own image. So I personally use a organization called Canva to create images. It's a free It's a free application and they do all of the work of sizing things for me. So I find it really easy to use and I love to use it because it's really quick. So what I'll do is I'll log into a Canva account. You can create one with your, your JCC account. You can create one personally if you think that this is kind of a cool tool too. And then what I will do is just to save some time, I've already done this. I used the Facebook post because I liked the sizing of that. So 940 by 788 pixels. That seems like that'll be good enough for my page. And I created this little cat photo similar to the one that we already have on the site. I clicked on elements. I just typed in cat, found a cool cat under photos. There it is. And I plunked it in here. And I downloaded it. And I'll show you where that went. So I'm coming back over here. I'm going to delete this guy because I don't want to have to get into any funny things with sourcing. I just want the photo there. And I think I, by accident, might have gotten rid of my image thing. Okay, so I'm going to upload my image. Not this one. It's in my downloads folder. Here's my Kit Kat. Perfect. And now I can size this too. And I know it's going to look great because I made it myself. And now under here, I'm going to put in PR portfolio overview. And I'm going to just type some text in here. Your text will look different from mine, but that's okay. And then once we have done that, all you need to do is publish it and you will have completed this project. So let me just type some text real quick. Forgive me as I move some things around here. And so for this, Okay, so that's pretty specific information. And I'm guessing that most of yours will look similar to mine. And you'll notice that this very much follows the PR portfolio overview page on our site here. Oh gosh, thought I was on it, but let me click quick to it. Overview. That's a fast move there. What we just did on the website, very similar to what we've done here. Although my 5 tactics might be different than yours other than the press release. So everybody needs to have the press release on this list, but maybe, oh, I don't have 5 there, I only have 4. All right, an email to subscribers and a blog post. Perfect. Under the implementation section, and we will talk more about this in the coming days. This is called the Rosie model. You'll see here, Rosie, R, research, O, objectives, S, strategies, I, implementation, and E, evaluation. So once you've done this, you've added in your photo, you've got your content, you are A-OK, and this part of the project is finished. So let me go ahead and show you how to publish that. All I need to do is go up here to say publish. And okay, I got that. And then what Google will do is show you what the page currently looks like and what it's going to look like. There's obviously no page currently, but now there is. So I'm going to go ahead and publish it and we're good to go. And how do I see that? If I scroll down under that down arrow there and I click on view publish site, I'll be able to go and see my site. And right now that's what it looks like. So hopefully that will give you something to work toward. And again, on the assignment overview of this, it says you can play around with it however you like. So make this feel like your site, but this is a general look at what your portfolio page should look like by the end of this assignment. Please let me know if you have any questions.